We think of humor as a distinctly human emotion, but some animals may also use it to strengthen their bonds. When you think about what sets our species apart from other animals, a good sense of humor probably features fairly high up on the list. We love to laugh so much so that an appreciation of comedy seems almost ingrained into our species. Babies as young as 3 months old giggle and find it hilarious when their parents pull funny faces. By 8 months, infants have learned how to use their own faces, bodies, and voices to make grown-ups laugh. Soon after, parents may notice that their child has turned into a full-time comedian, deliberately playing with things they know they shouldn't, with a cheeky grin on their face. However, a new study shows that humans may not be alone in their love of playing practical jokes. Animals can tease each other, too. Together with colleagues, Isabelle Laumer, a post-doctoral researcher at the University of California, Los Angeles, UCLA, watched over 75 hours of videos of great apes interacting with each other. Great apes are our closest living relatives and include orangutans, chimpanzees, bonobos, and gorillas. The apes in the study all lived in zoos and were filmed attending to their daily routines. Members of all 4 species were observed teasing one another. The researchers identified 18 distinct teasing behaviors, with the top 5 including poking, hitting, hindering the movement of a fellow ape, body slamming, and pulling on a body part. Some apes repeatedly waved body parts or objects in front of their fellow apes' faces, or, in the case of orangutans, pulled each other's hair. What we saw often was that a juvenile would sneak up behind an adult that was busy grooming another ape and proceed to poke them or hit them on the back, sometimes even surprising them, says Laumer, first author of the study. They'd then wait and watch for the adult's response. Usually the target would just ignore them, and so they'd persist in their teasing, making the behavior more and more elaborate and difficult to ignore until they sometimes ended up slamming the adult with their entire body. The teasing behavior was similar to that adopted by young human children, according to the researchers, in that it was intentional, provocative, persistent, and included elements of surprise, play, and checking for the recipient's response. The human equivalent might be sticking your tongue out at someone and then running away to gauge their reaction. This style of teasing could even form the foundation for more complicated forms of humor. Joking in humans requires quite complex cognitive abilities, says Laumer. You need theory of mind, the ability to imagine the world from someone else's perspective, knowledge of social norms, the ability to anticipate others' responses and to appreciate the violation of others' expectations, she says. As all 4 great ape species are capable of playful teasing, it suggests that a sense of humor may have been present in our last common ancestor, who lived 13 million years ago. However, many scientists believe that humor is far more widespread amongst the animal kingdom than this. For example, in his book, The Descent of Man, biologist Charles Darwin suggests that dogs may have a sense of humor, writing, "If a bit of stick or other such object be thrown to one, he will often carry it away for a short distance, and then, squatting down with it on the ground close before him, will wait until his master comes quite close to take it away. The dog will then seize it and rush away in triumph, repeating the same maneuver and evidently enjoying the practical joke." Anyone who owns a dog may have also noticed that during play, they produce a sort of breathy snorting sound that almost sounds like laughter. In a 2005 study, animal behaviorist Patricia Simonet played the sound to dogs at a rescue shelter. She found that listening to dog laughter made the shelter dogs less stressed out. Mark Bekoff, professor emeritus of ecology and evolutionary biology at the University of Colorado Boulder, says he has collected decades' worth of data showing dogs engage in teasing behavior similar to that shown by Laumer and her colleagues. For example, when trying to get an otherwise reluctant dog to play, one dog may approach another with a loose gambling gait before running away. "I've seen this in dogs, foxes, wild coyotes, and wild wolves," says Bekoff. In fact, Bekoff says that during his career he has heard stories about many species who act like stand-up comedians and jokesters, including horses, Asian black bears, and the scarlet macaw.